My name's Leisha Jungawalla. I am a musician. I play guitar and sing in a band called This Way North. I've been a touring musician for most of my adult life in a couple of different bands, and we've been lucky enough to tour all around the world and create music, and now it feels really awesome to be able to help bring in the next generation of awesome musicians. My message to, I guess, young creatives who would like a career in the arts, what are the kinds of things they could be doing is just exploring themselves in where they want to go and create. And I think I've tried to stress this to my mentees, is that it's always about what you want to do and not what you think you have to do. And that's when it's going to be most successful, because you'll be your most authentic self.
I think the best advice that I overheard was how important it is to be comfortable when you're writing. That's where the good stuff comes from, is when you are yourself and you create.
As a little kid, my dad got me into the music. As I grew older, I really got into songwriting, and I started new guitar lessons, and as lessons went by, I got more comfortable and I started singing. After that, I'm like, this is what I want to do. It's like, this is when I feel the most myself.
Nothing feels like a more expansive and diverse way of expressing myself than music does. I can be political, I can write cool stories, I can really write about how I feel, and not only is the way I write unique for every single different song, but the way the music elevates that is also entirely unique. That's why I love it.
I was able to just talk to these young people about what they wanted to do and how they might want to do it. And they were at this stage where they're just finding their feet. And I said to them, it's really tough out there at the moment, but maybe they're at an advantage because they're just starting to make sure they've got some good recordings and great songs. And maybe by the time they're really ready to launch out and to play some shows or to do a little tour or to try and get radio play, the industry might have recovered a little bit for our young people to come up and to nurture them into the next part, because we have such an incredible and diverse music scene and culture that needs to be supported.
I want to be performing on stage in my original songs and releasing music, and there's a lot more uncertainty. And it's not go off and get a degree and get a job, you know, you're going off and really push for yourself and market yourself. And that can be really hard sometimes. You have to have a lot of confidence in yourself, but also humility. Leisha really taught me that there is no guarantee. You may as well play your cards on something that you really, really want. I think life is about doing what you love, and I will find more enjoyment and more fulfillment doing what I love.
I guess one of the great things about this program is that it's brought, you know, all these wonderful creatives together, and that connection to remember that, you know, you're not alone, to remind them that there's a place for them in the world and a place for them in communities.
From the town that I'm in, there aren't really as many people who you're able to connect with or who write music. And so being around my peers has taught me so much about approaches on how to songwrite, but also what they've been through and what inspires them and what they want to write about. And I think being around a group of people who want to write such serious topics really resonates with me, because that's the kind of thing that I want to go off and do.
I would love for someone to hear a song I write and say, oh, I feel understood. Someone sees me, someone understands me.
A lot of my politically charged songs, it comes from a real place of anguish and wanting for the world to change, and a need to express that to the communities that I'm a part of.
If you want to write songs and release them, you can start very small. You can start with writing on a piece of paper, and at some point you will have access to something better, and you will be able to take what you have and work with it again. And it's so important, I find, to just keep writing.
The creative process is something that comes and goes. You can't control when you're creative, when you have this exciting influx of new ideas. It'll just happen to you. And so you have to be ready for it, and you have to appreciate it when it comes.
My advice would be that It does feel impossible at times. I remember I'd be writing a song and I'd be like, no one's ever gonna see it. And then the doubt would make me stop. Don't worry about who's gonna see it or if you're gonna make it. Like, just create and see where it takes you. Let loose, create, and take on any chance you have.